What is going on, Eagles family? Huge news is shaking up our locker room as mandatory minicamp kicks off, and we need to talk about some serious gaps in our roster. After some unexpected moves that have everyone talking, our front office is sitting on a pile of cap space, and the pressure is officially on to strengthen our depth. Could we be looking at a new veteran arrival to fix our issues at safety or guard? Stick with me because you do not want to miss this update. Before we dive into the details, smash that like button and subscribe. The mandatory minicamp is underway for the Philadelphia Eagles this week, bringing a wave of attention to the remaining roster question marks that persist despite the team's status as a Super Bowl contender. While the Los Angeles Rams recently bolstered their lineup by acquiring Myles Garrett, the Eagles are navigating their own landscape following the high-profile trade of A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. These roster inquiries were already present before the deal involving A.J. Brown, yet the current financial situation provides the front office with significant flexibility. With between $25 and $26 million in available salary cap space, the Eagles possess the resources to address specific needs without encountering major obstacles. Whether they choose to pursue depth in the free agent market or look toward trade opportunities, the financial room allows for adjustments as the coaching staff begins evaluating the squad during this mandatory minicamp. The focus remains on how the organization will balance their existing young talent with the potential addition of veteran experience. As players report and the mandatory work begins, the coaching staff, now operating under the system implemented by Sean Mannion, faces the task of refining the personnel. The decision to move on from A.J. Brown shifted the offensive dynamic, but the broader roster goals remain focused on building a group capable of making a deep run. This period is crucial for assessing who will step up, especially as the team looks to solidify positions that currently lack veteran stability. As the organization evaluates the internal options, the fan base knows the team will continue to strive for excellence, always keeping the spirit of the chant, "Fly Eagles Fly," alive, while the team works through these essential evaluations on the practice field this week. The situation at the guard position remains a focal point for the Eagles as they head into the mandatory minicamp with a noticeably thin depth chart. The current battle for the number 3 guard spot features several inexperienced players, including 6th-round rookie Micah Morris, along with undrafted free agents Willie Lampkin and Holland Pierce, and 2025 6th-round pick Drew Kendall. None of these athletes have logged a single regular season snap at the guard position, testing the team's depth significantly. In exploring potential solutions, the name Mekhi Becton has surfaced as a veteran option, though his return is not guaranteed. A reunion with Mekhi Becton would be an intriguing development, yet the transition to an offensive system directed by Sean Mannion, rather than the previous coaching tenure, changes the landscape of such a move. Furthermore, Mekhi Becton struggled during the previous campaign, allowing 4 sacks and 33 pressures while playing right guard, which resulted in a pressure rate allowed of 7.7%. While he offers veteran experience, the Eagles appear content to let this competition play out through the summer months to see if their younger developmental players can handle the pressure. Why does this matter right now? The interior offensive line is a foundational component of the offense, and with the recent departure of A.J. Brown, the efficiency of the passing and running game hinges on the protection provided by the line. Relying on players with zero professional experience at the position carries inherent risk for a team with high aspirations. The team must decide if the immediate reliability of a veteran like Mekhi Becton outweighs the long-term potential of the younger roster members currently fighting for these critical spots during the ongoing minicamp sessions. Turning to the defensive side, the safety position represents another area where the Eagles must weigh the value of the current roster against potential external additions. Donovan Wilson stands out as the most prominent remaining free agent at the safety position, leading to discussions about whether he could provide a necessary boost to the secondary. Donovan Wilson brings a track record of production, having served as a starter in Dallas for the past 4 years. His statistics are notable, specifically his 101 tackles and 5.0 sacks recorded in 2022, and the fact that he has reached at least 80 tackles in 3 of the past 4 seasons. These numbers suggest a player capable of holding down a starting role in the NFL. However, the hesitation from teams, including the Eagles, likely stems from his performance in coverage. Last season, quarterbacks targeting Donovan Wilson as the primary defender achieved a passer rating of 94.8. Additionally, he surrendered 8 touchdown passes during the last year, and a total of 13 over the previous 2 seasons. Such metrics may not align with the defensive scheme favored by Vic Fangio, making a potential acquisition of Donovan Wilson a complex choice for the front office. If brought in, Donovan Wilson would be expected to compete for a starting job, but the current plan involves moving forward with Marcus Epps starting opposite Andrew Mukuba. This internal competition at safety is set to be one of the most intriguing storylines to monitor throughout the summer. While the safety market is shallow, the necessity of having a reliable group in the back end of the defense remains a top priority, forcing the organization to constantly evaluate the balance between internal development and veteran availability. The decision-making process regarding the roster during this mandatory minicamp is heavily influenced by the remaining salary cap space, which ranges from $25 to $26 million. This financial flexibility allows the organization to be opportunistic, whether that means signing a free agent like Donovan Wilson or exploring the trade market for a more suitable safety. The departure of A.J. Brown necessitated a shift in focus, but it did not diminish the team ability to make impactful roster decisions. At the guard position, the decision to potentially look at Mekhi Becton or continue trusting the unproven group of Micah Morris, Willie Lampkin, Holland Pierce, and Drew Kendall is a delicate balance. The team is clearly invested in the growth of these young players, preferring to observe their progress throughout the summer before committing to a veteran like Mekhi Becton. This strategy allows the front office to hold on to their financial resources for later in the season, if needs become more apparent. Meanwhile, the secondary faces similar questions. If the coaching staff determines that the combination of Marcus Epps and Andrew Mukuba is insufficient for the defensive goals set by Vic Fangio, the willingness to trade for a safety could become the preferred route. The evaluation of Donovan Wilson is just one piece of this larger puzzle. Ultimately, the priority is to ensure that the roster is prepared for the rigors of the season, and the availability of significant funds provides a safety net that many other teams do not possess. As minicamp progresses, the performance of the current group of safeties and guards will dictate whether or not management decides to pull the trigger on an outside addition, ensuring that the team remains a legitimate contender in their conference. As the mandatory minicamp continues, the spotlight remains firmly on how the team will finalize its personnel for the upcoming challenges. The absence of A.J. Brown is a reality, but the path forward remains rooted in the development of the existing depth chart and the strategic use of available cap space. For the guard position, the ongoing battle between rookies like Micah Morris and Drew Kendall represents a focus on long-term investment, even as the possibility of adding Mekhi Becton lingers as an option for veteran stability. Similarly, the safety room is defined by the competition between Andrew Mukuba and Marcus Epps, with Donovan Wilson representing the external market alternative that management must weigh against defensive scheme fit. The team is currently choosing to ride with the options they have, showing a clear preference for allowing the summer training period to reveal who is truly capable of stepping into these roles. Whether it is the defensive requirements under Vic Fangio or the offensive demands of the system under Sean Mannion, every move is calculated to maintain the competitive standard. The Eagles understand that while they have the financial flexibility to sign free agents, every addition must serve a specific purpose to avoid disrupting the progress of the younger players they are currently cultivating. As the practices intensify throughout the week, the coaching staff will gain a clearer picture of which individuals can be counted upon when the regular season arrives. This period is not just about identifying the starters, but about ensuring that the entire roster is equipped to handle the demands of a long season. With the foundation set during this minicamp, the Eagles continue their work, focused on building a team that reflects the intensity and dedication expected by the fans who stand behind them.